Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are here talking about Tri-Brigade once again, however, with P.U.N.K. Now, P.U.N.K just received a massive boost to its strategy due to Deer Note. Deer Note allows them access to specifically Chaos Ruler in a more or less one card combo, 1.5 card combo with Xiaomin. Basically, you get Xiaomin, and then you can search out the Foxy Tune effect in order to special summon out the Deer Note from deck, and then you're able to go from there. Or if you already have the Deer Note in hand, you can just special summon the Deer Note by revealing the Foxy Tune. Now, notably, Foxy Tune is a beast. Odd, I know. Well, that synergizes great with Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigade allowing you to banish the beast that you send to the graveyard in order to go into a myriad of link plays. This is very nice, and it synergizes surprisingly well. So let's quickly do the card by card and explain the choices here. So, first and foremost, for the Tri-Brigades, we're obviously playing the triple Nerval, the double Karos, double Kit, and double Fractal, along with the double Tenki to search out Fractal. This is pretty standard for the Tri-Brigade section, just because we are, running a whole bunch of the Tri-Brigades, one as many as we can get, and there you go. We're also playing double Revolt. Revolt is an absolutely insane card. Having a second one is very nice. If you draw one, it's nice to just set it and, potentially summon out something like a Rugal, or and then have additional follow-up, or if you need to, you could potentially go Shureg into Shureg and do that on the opponent's turn multiple times. Pretty nice. So, yeah, there you go. That's it for the Tri-Brigades. As for the Punks, we are also playing the triple Xiaomin, the one Deer Note, triple Foxy Tune, and one Ogre Dance. Now, Ogre Dance is notable in here because it is a dark, which allows you easier access into the Chaos Ruler. So if you already have all of your P.U.N.K stuff, you go for the Ogre Dance, you send it to the graveyard in order to search out another monster, and then the Chaos Ruler has a light and a dark in the graveyard to bring itself back. That's kind of why we're using it. On top of that, we're also running the one Jam Session, and of course, the double Emergency Teleport. So that's it for the main engine pieces. For the rest of the cards, lots of tech cards in here. We have the triple Maxi, the triple Ash Blossom, the double Called By, pretty standard there. The one Nibiru, the one Harpy's Feather Duster, and of course the one Foolish Burial. We are also playing the one Jam, no, I talked about the Jam Session. The double Called By, double Forbidden Droplet, and the triple Imperm. Notably, Forbidden Droplet is very good in this build particularly because Tri-Brigades synergize very well with being able to have a quick effect send to the graveyard, so you can send Nerval, or even, heck, Shureg if you need to gain additional advantage, which is pretty nice. As for the extra deck, this is where things get a bit interesting. Now, notably, one thing to keep in mind is that Xiaomin is a level 3 tuner that is Earth, which is pretty cool. It's also a Psychic, hence why we're playing the Emergency Teleport. Now, notably, Karos is also a level 2 Earth, which means we can make Nat Beast. Nat Beast is absolutely insane in a Runic Sprite format, where you're expecting to see a lot of spells, especially when they are Runic spells that just, hose you. Yeah, being able to infinitely negate is pretty powerful. So there you go. On top of that, we're playing the one Chaos Ruler, the one Jam Dragon Drive. Now, honestly, with this, I would probably also play a Ghost Ogre instead of one of your other tech cards, just so that you have access to that as well. For example, you could take out one of the Imperms. I never had Jam Session ever come up, so honestly, you could probably take that out for the Ghost Ogre. That way, you can go into the Jam Dragon Drive in order to add to your hand the Ghost Ogre. That's basically it. There you go. Then we have, of course, the Psychic End Punisher as well. Psychic End Punisher is an absolute powerhouse of a card and a beautiful finisher for this archetype. Being able to just banish a card is pretty cool. Next up, we have ourselves the Zombie Vampire in order to, use the Chaos Dragon as well as the 8 Foxy Tune that we summon back off of the Deer Note's graveyard effect in order to go into our Zombie Vampire and see what our opponent's playing, one, but two, just set up another big body onto our field and potentially summon a Tri-Brigade, as well as getting more monsters into the grave, as well as yada yada. I think you get the point, right? Zombie Vampire is crazy. One Almirage, it comes up occasionally where you need to normal summon a Kit or normal summon a Nerval and send it to the graveyard. This card's absolutely crazy. The list that I got this from wasn't playing this, but was instead playing the Scareclaw. Now, notably, the Scareclaw Link monster is good, and I would say it's pretty good. The problem with it is that you can't normal summon a monster and link it off. You do have to specifically use one of your monsters on the field in order to, you have to use a monster in the graveyard with a Tri-Brigade effect in order to go into the Light Heart. It can come up occasionally where, like, Fractal gets negated by Ash, and then you normal summon out a monster, you banish it, you go into this guy, and then you can link off into a Bearbrum or a Fetishite. But in all honesty, it is way more advantageous to go for an Owl Mirage, normal summon something like a Nerval or what have you, grab up the Karos, pitch something like a Foxy Tune in order to get yourself off to the races. So I think that's much more advantageous than having the Light Heart. Light Heart rarely comes up. We have the Double Dragon Oath, the Double Dragon Lords, which is an absolutely crazy card as well. Being able to end on that, as well as a Splight Elf that points to it, is very nice, as well as, you know, pointing to an Ant Beast. We have the one Fetishite, the Bearbrum, the Rugal, we have the one Apollosa, the Access Code. Honestly, I'm not too big of a fan of Access Code. It came up once. Most of the time, you don't really need this card in all particulars. However, there isn't really like a tech card that you need to put in here. The one thing I would say is, like, Doom Eagle would be nice. Yeah, Doom Eagle would be nice, but other than that, I think you're fine. And then the double Shureg. So that's it for the list. Let's show you the duels and show you how this deck performed. Alright, so here we are going first, and we drew E-Telly, which is funny. So we're going to go to the main phase, activate our E-Telly, search out our Xiaomin, activate Xiaomin in order to grab up the Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune effect will now activate, and if we had been ashed there, that would have been really detrimental, but alas, we were not. So we're going to then summon out the Deer Note, and then go into the Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler and Deer Note. Deer Note is going to then bring back the Foxy Tune. We're then going to reveal a whole bunch of cards, and I guess we're adding a Foxy Tune to our hand. Most of the rest of the cards are just sent. Most of the time, this card doesn't resolve, it's just kind of a mill 5. Anyway, we're going to go for the Zombie Vampire and see what our opponent is playing. Oh, it's Exosister. Alright, fair enough. We're going to bring back the Karos that we had, and then link off into Splight Elf. We're then going to special summon the other Karos that we had in our hand, and banish 2 in order to summon out the Bearbrum. We're then going to special summon out our Karos, link off 2 in order to go into the Fetishite, and then link off those 2 as well to go into Apollosa. The reason I had to do that the way that I did is because you can't use monsters with the same name in order to go into Apollosa. So it's only 1600 Apollosa, but we do get to add the Revolt. I'm also going to put back both the Imperms and then go Foolish Burial here while they don't have anything. Send the kit, send the Nerval, since we do kind of need those in rotation for this Revolt, and then set the Revolt. So that's where we're at, basically. We also searched up the kit, sorry. Our opponent is going to draw a whole bunch of cards. Sure. Activate Martha. Yeah, obviously we're going to negate that. Now they will normal summon out the Irene, reveal and shuffle away the Martha, and then summon out, search out the Pax and special summon the Ellis. Now notably, they can special summon out the Ellis because we actually milled a Stella for them. So there you go. But as soon as the Mika comes out, we are going to go for the Revolt here. Then they are going to target the Splight Elf. I'm like, that's fine. We're going to special summon back the Karos, and then go for 4. Technically, we actually go for 3 monsters, but the Fetishite was summoned legitimately, so now we can go for the Shureg with the Link 2. So then we're going to chain a whole bunch of things, and we are going to banish their Mika, and basically prevent them from playing the game at this point. So, yeah, goodbye. End phase. Yep, welcome to Exosisters. Dies to 2 interactions. Cool. Anyway, main phase 1, we are going to now activate our Chaos Ruler that is in the graveyard in order to special summon it out, and then we are going to go for the Karos here, which will promptly be negated. I don't know why they didn't set cards, but okay. We're just going to normal summon the Fractal and proceed to battle phase. I'm confused too. Alright, once again we are going first, and well, we drew Fractal. This hand dies to a single Imperm, but that's it. It's just Imperm, that's scary. So we're going to activate our Fractal, send the Kit. Kit will then send the Nerval. Nerval will then add the Karos, and then we will normal summon the Karos. Activate the Karos effect, and we are going to banish 1 and 2, which will prompt the Maxi. I'm fine with this. Why? Because I'm not worried about Maxi. We have Maxi ourselves, and honestly, we can just go into the Splight Elf here, which gives them basically a +1. They're going to go and activate their Ash Blossom. Of course, I'm going to called by that, because I do need this to resolve for the Revolt. Luckily, I have all 4 of the necessary materials, so we are going to set to and pass. Now we have my own Max C, so there you go. I decided to play around triple tactics talents, but notably, if we had done this in the main phase, we could have also special summoned the Splight Elf if they have the Called By. So I can either play around Called By, or I can play around triple tact, and I think I need to play around triple tact a bit more. I don't care as much about the Max C actually resolving as I do something like Revolt, or not getting like my monsters taken. So, there you go. And out comes, of course, the Called By. So, you win some, you lose some, right? Anyway, main phase 1, they are going to normal summon Max C. Now, notably, Max C is negated, but seeing a normal summon of a level 2 screams Sprite. So, of course, I'm going to just not allow that. And so, we are going to special summon everything out in order to go into our Sure Egg. Sure Egg effect is going to activate. We are going to banish the Max C. We're going to chain the Kit. We are going to chain the Nerval. And they are going to chain the Droplet. And only sending... I believe they only sent the... No. They sent Valor and Imperm, I believe. Now, notably, I have a Droplet of my own. So I'm going to chain Droplet, and they didn't actually send a spell, so we can chain the Droplet here, which will just have the attack of the Max C on the field, but that doesn't really matter, because it gets Shureg off of the field to allow it to banish. Also, on top of that, I'm going to chain the Elf, because it's funny, and bring back the Karos. My opponent realizes that, oh no, I can't do anything now, and concedes. Good game? Alright, and here we are going second, but I drew Max C and Forbidden Droplet, so... Whoops. They're going to go Foolish Burial for Buster Whelp of Destruction, set a single card, and pass the turn. Alright, let's see what we can do. In the draw phase, we're going to fire off the Emergency Teleport. They're going to go Prolong of the Destruction. I don't know. Whatever this is. It's the Synchro Summon. They're going to then Ash or Max C. That's okay. I don't really care. They decided not to Ash the E-Telly, which is hilarious. But I guess if you just have a skill drain on legs, it does make a bit more sense. So out comes the skill drain on legs, and guess what? We have Droplet, so cool. Anyway, we're going to activate the Kit that we happened to have drawn to send the Nerval, which will then add the Fractal. That all happened in draw phase, by the way. Now we're going to go to the main phase, add up the Deer Note, since we already have another Punk in our hand, reveal the other Punk, special summon out the Deer Note, and send it the Punk. Now we can go for the Chaos Ruler, and I am not going to send any cards to the graveyard. That is too advantageous for this deck. So, not going to do that. Anyway, we are then going to special summon out our level 3 with the Zia Min. We're going to reveal a whole bunch of cards, double Zia Min as well as the Nerval, which is hilarious. So, yeah, we're going to boost up the Zia Min and then just go into a Pep. Fantastic. My opponent surrenders because we hadn't even normaled the Fractal at that point. And, yeah, that's basically game. Alright, and here we are once again going first. Let's see what we can do. We did draw Max C as well as Imperm, which is kind of funny, but we are going to go Zia Min, add the Foxy Tune, activate the Foxy Tune, and it resolves. Fantastic. And we are going to go for the Deer Note here in order to go into Chaos Ruler, activate the effect, activate the Deer Note effect to special summon back, and then we are going to go for the, oh hey look, another Foxy Tune. Fantastic. Tanky, the Forbidden Droplet, stop revealing all of my good spells. What the heck? Alright, away all of them go. We're going to go into the Zombie Vampire here, and we are going to dump a whole bunch of cards, and, well, they're going to Ghost Ogre. Honestly, I'm fine with that. That's okay. We're going to dump a whole bunch of cards, and... What is this? Oh, no. If you don't know what this is Toon Stun, or what I like to say, just absolute garbage. Toon Stun, basically, what they plan to do is they use Toon Gemini Elf, as well as a whole bunch of Floodgates, to basically just attack directly a whole bunch of times, and with the Toon World that they have, or Toon Kingdom, I should say, they are protected from battle destruction. So basically, you have one monster at most, maybe it can't even get over the Toon Gemini Elf, and then they just beat you over the head multiple times with something that can attack directly. It's not fun, it's not interesting, and this is why Toons are so infuriating. But alas, we are going to special summon out the Foxy Tune. We're then going to go for the Karos here. Go for the Karos effect in order to banish 2, in order to go for the Bear Brum. We are then going to link off into the Fetagite, and then link those off into an Apollosa. I'm not entirely sure what they do have, if they have Floodgates, if they don't, so there's that. We're going to grab up the Tenki as well as the Revolt here, and then shuffle back the Tenki, and then set the cards and pass. Now, actually, I don't have enough targets for this Revolt. No, I do have enough targets. I'm just straight up lying to you. I'm going to fire Max C in the draw phase because I can, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it will do something. And of course, they have the Harpies Feather Duster. Okay, no banishes for me. So we're going to special summon out all of the monsters that I can, and then just, you know, link them off into sure. Anyway, they're going to set 2 and pass. It would have been really nice to be able to banish one of those, but of course my opponent had drawn the one of, which is very fun, fair, and balanced. Anyway, we're going to normal summon the Xiaomin and then activate the effect of the Chaos Ruler in order to special summon. They're going to go Rivalry of Warlords and then activate Max C, and then I go for the Apollosa because why not? My monster is going to the graveyard. Anyway, goes in. Goes in match Rivalry. Alright, I'll poke for 3k, pass the turn. I don't know what you can do. Go. Sure. My opponent reveals the Pot of Desires, and of course, they reveal the P.U.N.K Kingdom. So they're going to add the P.U.N.K Kingdom to the hand. They're going to activate the P.U.N.K Bookmark, which will add Gemini Elf. I love this card. Now, notably, Gemini Elf can't attack the turn it is summoned, so I have a moment of reprieve. Now, realistically, I can't draw anything here. Nothing I do is going to work. I do play Harpies. I guess I need to draw Harpies. That's basically it. I'm going to punch for 11. It's going to be protected due to the P.U.N.K Kingdom. We're going to set the Nerval because it's funny and pass. They're going to deal 19. Great. Fantastic. Now we're just going to sit here for 6 turns until they inevitably punch me in the face hard enough. Now, notably, even this Imperm doesn't do it because guess what? This also protects them from being targeted. I'm going to deal 11 more damage. They're going to banish another card, and they're going to pass the turn once again. They're going to go to main phase. They're going to activate Pot of Prosperity. Now, notably, they are actually up on a clock on me, right? I have put them on a 3-turn clock at this point. In 3 turns, I will punch them hard enough for them to die, whereas in 3 turns for them, or 3 attacks, and they have their battle phase right now, I will also lose, right? However, Pot of Prosperity has a little bit of text. After this card resolves, any damage your opponent takes is halved. So they better find a way to damage me. They're going to reveal a whole bunch of cards. Sure, P.U.N.K King, Ghost Ogre, sure, Kaiser Coliseum, fantastic. They're going to add P.U.N. Table of Contents. P.U.N. Table of Contents is going to add P.U.N. Terror. What effect do you think I am going to even be able to activate here, sir? The only thing that realistically I could do at this point is just hope that they don't have a way to speed up the clock, because at this point I should have game. However, if we draw Droplet, that would also help because it would prevent them from attacking directly, as well as it could be unresponsive. They're going to pitch our Nerval. I'm just thinning out the deck, which is why I kept the Nerval in hand, so I'm going to add the kit here. Oh yeah, Toon Gemini Elf also pitches cards out of the hand when it deals battle damage, because reasons. I'm going to set the Imperm so that they guarantee hit the kit, just in case. I'm going to punch them, leave them on 6k or 600, hope that they don't have a way to speed things up. No Toon Dark Magician Lady or something like that. They're going to reveal 3. Nothing's good. They're going to grab the Imperm, which is very funny, proceed to the battle phase, and punch for an additional 19. Now, notably, had they not had the damage, they would have dealt an additional 950 damage up until this point, and I would have lost. But alas, they're dumb, and we get to go kit here. Kit for Nerval. Nerval search the second kit, just in case. I don't know. It's not going to come up in any regard, ever. But alas, here we are. Also, had they just switched this card to defense position, that also would have worked, and I wouldn't really have been able to do anything. But alas, here we are. Yeah, so I think the reason that they didn't do that is because they would have had to protect every time with Toon World, and they don't really have a way to speed up the clock, whereas they're actually lower on cards. I'm currently at 15, they are currently at 13, so yeah, I can just speed up the clock more. So it would have just elongated the game, and had they not activated Prosperity, they win that, but alas, they are dumb, and got a bit greedy. Fun. Alright, we're back with the deck, and in all honesty, this deck is pretty good. I didn't expect it to be all that good, because I was like, there's no real synergy between the P.U.N.K stuff and the Tri-Brigades, other than this card being a beast, like it just happens to be a beast. And then I actually thought about it, or more specifically, I actually saw a build, and I was like, oh, I'm starting to see the synergy. You have the ability, one, with Karos and the Xiaomin, in order to go into the Naturia beast, which is very cool. But on top of that, Foxy Toon gets itself into the graveyard pretty effectively, which means that you can just like normal summon like one of your Tri-Brigades and then go off from there. And I think the idea by playing specifically the Light Heart, I think that's what it's called, that Link monster that I cannot remember the name of. Yes, Lightheart. By playing this, you can basically go, like, a single Foxy Tune activation into a normal summon of your Tri-Brigade in order to go into this guy. However, again, I don't think it's all that useful. It's just, it rarely comes up that you need one Link monster in order to do your plays. It's oftentimes you need a bit more than that. So, there's that. However, I still like the deck. It's very interesting, and being able to have access to something like Psychic and Punisher, as well as having access to specifically this card, which is absolutely crazy just in general, and should probably be banned, is so very nice. So, there you go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always... thank you guys so much for watching. If you do want to see more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Dear Lanta, this intro was bad. Or outro. Outro! Dear Lanta. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.